Hidden treasures, lost cities. These ideas fascinate us. We dream of finding gold and jewels. We imagine ancient places full of secrets. The story of El Dorado taps into these desires. It is a tale of adventure and ambition. For centuries, people have searched for lost riches. Some seek fame, some seek fortune. The legend of El Dorado has driven many on this quest, but the real treasure may not be what we expect.
The legend of El Dorado began in the 16th century. It started with rumors. People whispered of a city made of gold. This city, they said, was hidden in South America. The Muisca people, native to Colombia, inspired this story. The Muisca had a tradition. Their new king would cover himself in gold dust. He would then jump into a sacred lake. This ceremony, held at Lake Guatavita, was a ritual offering to the gods. The Spanish conquistadors, hearing of this ritual, saw an opportunity for riches. They called this golden king El Dorado, meaning the gilded one. In the 16th century, South America was a mysterious place to Europeans. Maps were inaccurate. Jungles seemed endless. The Amazon rainforest held untold secrets. The Andes Mountains presented formidable barriers. The Spanish conquistadors arrived in South America. They were driven by gold. They were also driven by a desire to conquer new lands. Rumors of El Dorado spread like wildfire among them. The legend of El Dorado had a powerful effect. Explorers and adventurers from all over Europe were drawn to South America. They dreamed of finding the Golden City. They were willing to face incredible dangers. These explorers were driven by ambition and greed. They believed the stories told by the indigenous people, or perhaps they chose to believe. The promise of El Dorado was too tempting to resist. Section 5. Expeditions into the unknown. Many expeditions set out to find El Dorado. One of the most famous was led by Gonzalo Pizarro. He was the brother of Francisco Pizarro, the conqueror of the Inca Empire. Gonzalo Pizarro led his men into the Amazon rainforest in 1541. They faced starvation, disease, and attacks. They never found El Dorado. Another notable expedition was led by Sir Walter Raleigh. He was an English explorer. Raleigh traveled to South America twice in 1595 and 1617. He also failed to find the City of Gold. Section 6. Whispers from the indigenous tribes. The explorers often relied on information from indigenous tribes. These tribes had lived in South America for centuries. They knew the land. They knew its secrets. Some tribes told stories of a golden city. They may have done this to appease the greedy explorers, or perhaps they hoped to lead them away from their true treasures. Whatever their reasons, the indigenous people played a key role in perpetuating the myth of El Dorado. Section 7. The Price of Greed. The search for El Dorado had a dark side. The Spanish conquistadors were ruthless. They exploited the indigenous people. They forced them into slavery. They stole their gold and silver. Countless lives were lost in the pursuit of this mythical city. The quest for El Dorado was fueled by greed. And greed, as history often shows, can lead to terrible consequences. Section 8. El Dorado. Fact or fiction. So, was El Dorado real? Most historians and archaeologists say no. There is no evidence of a city of gold. The legend likely grew from the Muisca ceremony. It was embellished by rumors and wishful thinking. However, some people still believe. They point to ancient stories and artifacts. They say El Dorado could still be out there waiting to be found. Section 9. The enduring myth of El Dorado. The legend of El Dorado endures. Why? Perhaps it speaks to something deep within us. We are drawn to the unknown. We dream of adventure and riches, even if those dreams are based on myths. The story of El Dorado reminds us that the greatest treasures are often not made of gold. They are the stories we tell, they are the journeys we take, and they are the knowledge we gain along the way.